Hello there, so today I'm just going to be telling you about some of my favourite eyeshadow palettes that I bought from AliExpress and eBay, I think, but mostly AliExpress. Watched my channel before, chances are you have seen these palettes before, but I just wanted to like round them up into a video and just to give you my kind of all-time favourites. So let's get into the video. Okay, so today I'm going to begin with one of my very favourites. This is by Focallure and it's the Bright Luxe eyeshadow palette. This was, I think, one of the first eyeshadow palettes that I ever tried by Focallure and I just fell in love. The shimmers are just outstandingly amazing. They're definitely comparable with Juvia's Place shimmers in the sense that they're a little bit chunky, but by holy vaginas, they are metallic, they mean business, and they don't go chunky and look awful on your eyes. So the shimmers are, for me, are really what make this palette a stonkingly fantastic palette, but also the mattes are beautiful as well. Just to let you know, I do have like first impressions on all of these palettes, so I will link them down below. Today I'm just gonna like be showing you. I don't want the video to be like super long, so it feels like I'm going through the palettes quickly. It's because I am, but as I say, you can check out the full first impressions if you so desire. But yeah, this is an absolutely gorgeous palette. I fucking love it. Okay, so next we have a palette by TZ Cosmetix. This isn't a product that I bought on AliExpress. I was actually sent this by Rick, but I believe that you can buy this on AliExpress and you can definitely buy it on Amazon. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. This is the most recent palette that I tested out and I am head over heels in love with it. This is definitely my favorite of them all. It's absolutely gorgeous. I know that people have drawn comparisons with the Tartist Pro palette. Me, I think it's so similar to the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette, which is this one. I know at first glance you might not agree, but the actual shades are like so fucking similar. The Ultimate Basics has been my favorite palette for like the past 18 months or so, but this one I definitely prefer. Like, this has taken over the crown as being probably my #1 favorite palette ever at the moment. The mattes blend like butter, like literally, I don't know, does butter even blend well? I don't know, we say that, but when you really think about it, butter probably wouldn't blend that well. But anyway, the formula is like silky smooth. They've got 4 of these kind of duochrome shades that are just vagina popping. This is an absolutely beautiful palette. If you like grungy kind of looks, I would totally recommend that palette. Okay, so back to a Focallure. Okay, so next we have another Focallure product. This is the Twilight Palette, favorite palette that I bought on AliExpress. It's got these beautiful like jewel like shimmers, and there are like mix of different formulas within these shimmers. Some of them feel like pressed pigment, just kind of pushed down. Some of them, like Byzantine, feels more smooth and it's got like a duochrome look to it, and then you've got other ones like this gold shade, which just feels like your typical kind of shimmery formula, if that makes sense. But I adore these shades in this palette. It's just quite simply stunning. And whenever people ask me, Anwen, which palette would you most recommend from AliExpress or Focallure or eBay, my answer is always whichever palette you like the colours of, because at the end of the day, this is a beautiful palette, but if you don't like these jewel like shimmers and these neutral mattes, and if you don't feel like you could really grab it and create 10 looks with it, then there's no point really. So this is what I'm doing in the video today, just so that you can get a little bit more of a look of the palette, and you can maybe decide which one, or all of them, you know, if you want to just get all of them, which you want to get. If you're a fan of shimmers, I would definitely 100% recommend the 2 Focallure palettes, because the shimmers are just absolutely sensational. You'll be amazed. They're definitely on par with the Juvia's Place shimmers in my opinion, and I adore Juvia's Place shimmers. Okay, so next we've got a couple of palettes by the brand Beauty Glazed, and these in my opinion are 2 kind of dupes, and I really admire the fact that Beauty Glazed haven't pretended to be like, they've not pretended to be the palettes, if that makes sense. They've just taken inspiration from them, which I know some people don't really agree with, but when you've not got much money, it's kind of nice when brands do create makeup that looks like more expensive makeup, because then you feel like I can actually afford that, do you know what I mean? But this is the Sunset Dusk palette, and it's full of very warm, orangey, pinky, yellowy kind of tones. Probably say that the shimmers are on par with the mattes in this palette. The shimmers aren't as good as the Focallure ones, but they're definitely of a very, very good quality. And this is a dupe, in my opinion, of the Natasha Denona, is it Sunset palette? I think that's what it's called, but anyway, it looks very similar. Okay, and next we've got the Beauty, did I say the name of that? That was Sunset Dusk. I don't know if I said the name, but anyway. So this is the I Got You edition, which is a really bizarre name. I don't really understand that, but this is a dupe, I feel, for the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette. As you can see, it's got these different kind of violet, purpley kind of tones, and then you've got like the camely tan, browny kind of tones, and it just looks very reminiscent of the Huda Beauty one, which, by the way, I was eyeing that palette up to death. I was lusting after it, and at one point I was thinking, should I get it? But it's like £54, which is extortionate. It's just like, you know, bollock breaking, so I didn't. But anyway, I've got this and I actually feel very happy with it. I know it's not the Huda Beauty one, and I'll probably never experience what the Huda Beauty one's like, but to be honest, I'm really happy with this. I've probably worn this one more than I've worn the Sunset Dusk one, mainly just because I don't know, I just feel like I think I'm drawn more to the shades in this palette, but they're both stunning. Like, they're both so good, and when you consider they're both like under £5, it's such a great deal. Also, Beauty Glazed, Focallure, TZ Cosmetix are all legit brands. People ask me all the time in the comments, but Anwen, how do you like know to trust these eyeshadows? How do you know that they're not containing like poison or arsenic? And it's kind of like, well, these are legit brands. Just because makeup is made in China, which, by the way, a lot of the brands that we know and love, like, you know, Bobbi Brown, NARS, they're made in China, but you know, they're all legitimate. They're old-fashioned in a way to think that everything that comes from China is poor quality. That's not the case at all. But anyway, well, I think these two palettes prove that. But anyway, I love these two palettes, and again, if you're struggling over which one to go for, just check out the shades. Which palette do you think you can have the most amount of fun with? Which one can you just party with? That's the one. That's the one for you. Okay, so next we've got a little colourful palette by Maria Ayora. This is a really good, like, it's pastel shades. You've got a mix of like shimmers and mattes, and I just love all of the colours in this palette. I use this quite a lot as like a partnership palette or a collaboration palette, so I'll just throw in, you know, a little bit of blue to my waterline, or I'll throw in a bit of pink to my crease. I find that you actually get really good colour payoff for this palette, considering that they are pastels, and it's so affordable. And yes, it does look a lot like the NYX palette, so I definitely recommend it. This, they do have like a bunch of other colours in the same kind of format but different colours. I've not tried those, but if they're anything like this, I would definitely say you'd be onto a winner if you bought them, and especially considering the fact that these are like pastel shades, which you would think, you know, they'd be very hard to kind of make and make good. I would definitely say it'd be quite a safe bet to go for any of the other palettes that Maria Ayora has. I love Maria Ayora. I feel like I've neglected her recently. I used to talk about her all the time, and since like Focallure, TZ Cosmetix and Beauty Glaze came along, I don't really talk about Maria Ayora, but she's actually another legit brand on AliExpress. Okay, so next we have another TZ Cosmetix palette. This is one that I actually got ages ago, and I did buy this one with my own money. This is the Twilight Palette, and this packaging is probably my favourite packaging of any palette that I own. I just think it looks so cool, and inside you have 9 different shades. These are all extremely bold, and I'll be completely like straight up with you, I don't reach for this palette hardly ever. It's nothing to do with the formula, but it's everything to do with the shades. I feel like, you know, I don't really wear a lot of blues, and this orange, like, I don't know why, I just feel like it's kind of an intense palette, and I can see that a lot of people would gravitate to this and love it, but for me it's just not one that I reach for. However, saying that, the formulas are so good. Like, literally, the pigmentation is off the chart. This red, it will stain. It will go onto your hand, your finger, your eye, and it will stain. It means business. And the shimmers do remind me a lot of the Device Place shimmers. If I I just go for this green, they are actually really, really beautiful. So yeah, it's a lovely palette. But again, there's not much point buying it if you didn't like the shades, because I mean, even though I don't reach for it a lot, I don't regret buying it because I still love it. And you never know, one day maybe I will start reaching for it more. But I actually keep it like on show up there because I just think it looks so gorgeous. And I know you buy makeup just because the packaging looks gorgeous. I do, you do, you know, why not? Okay, and actually to finish off, we have 3 more palettes by Focallure. Can you even believe it? Focallure is just, you know, loud and proud today. But we have the Tropical Vacation palette. This one, I feel like this palette is very similar to the ABH Modern Renaissance. Can you see that? I know that they're not like identical, but there are a lot of similarities. It's under £5, and I just think like the colour family is very neutral, very kind of everyday. And this shade here, oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. It's like a pinky gold and it's just so beautiful. I love it. So yeah, this is a really good palette, I would say, if you want to go for that, if you like a bit more of like a modern Renaissance kind of look. Next we've got the Everchange palette. This one isn't actually one of my personal favourites, but I'm obviously recommending it because I think that the formula is really good, and for the price it's actually a really good palette. I like though, right, and I mentioned this in my first impression of the Tropical Vacation, right, this palette I think should be called like Autumn Vacation. It's not very tropical to me, whereas I think that this is Tropical Vacation. You know, you look at these shades, the bright purple, the turquoise, the emerald and the gold, and you're thinking vacation. I mean, let's go to a tropical island and just party. I feel like maybe they got the names wrong or something, but yeah, if you like a little bit more of a, you know, bolder, colourful kind of look, I think that you could love this palette. Okay, and the last palette I'm going to mention today is actually a fucking glitter palette. This is by a Focallure. You're thinking, Anwen, why haven't you done your dance? I've had something on my mind today, guys. Like literally, I know, I don't know, I just didn't feel like doing the dance. I mean, I know I should do the dance, but let's just say something's been on my mind today, guys. And I don't know, it's been on my mind. You'll probably find out at some point, maybe, I don't know, but it's just on my mind. And that's why I don't know if I have it in me to dance, you know. I'm just like you guys. I get days where I'm just like, I'd love to dance today, but I just don't think I have it in me. I just don't think I do. And I don't want to dance and sing if I don't feel it, you know, from my vagina. So I hope you understand, guys. But anyway, moving on with the video. So this is the Focallure Ultra Glam Glitter Palette. I'm sure it's not called that. No, it's called the Electric Glow Getter Palette. Okay, so it's got 9 shimmers. I've tried a feck loads of these palettes that have like pressed glitters in them. I've not really liked any because I always find them to be too messy. You know, after the first use, I've just got glitter everywhere. And I found that I just don't really know how to apply them. Whereas with this palette, they're just so pressed down. They're really, really easy to use. And it's almost like when you, let me show you. So if I press down that glitter on my hand, okay, you can't see it on my hand, but can you see there? It kind of forms a smooth, like smooth surface. I don't know, it's very strange. This is literally the only glitter palette I feel that I've ever had that I've really, really loved. So yeah, I do have one actually to try out. I do actually have this one by TZ Cosmetix, which is the Galaxy eyeshadow palette, which is like pressed glitters. I've not tried this one yet, so you never know. This one could be a direct competition. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. It looks gorgeous. But I will be trying that one out soon and giving you the 411 on it, of course. But anyway, guys, I think that brings us to the end of the video. I'm so sorry if this video is a little bit like unorganized or rushed or something, but I wasn't planning on making the video today. I was in a little bit of like a funky kind of funk. And I just thought, what's going to make me like happy right now and just cheer me up? And I knew it was just applying some makeup, getting in front of the camera and just doing what I love to do. I know that might sound like really cheesy or cringy, and that's fine if you think that, but I've just been having a little bit of a time. I'm just going to say time, okay? And I'm not going to be a knobhead by just saying there's something but not telling you. I'm just going to say like just been in a bit of a funk, you know what I mean, like we all get in sometimes. And yeah, I just thought, like, okay, I want to make a video, I want to just get out of my head for a little bit, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to film top recommendations of eyeshadow palettes. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry that there wasn't a Focallure dance today, but I didn't want to like be fake and just be doing it, you know, for the sake of doing it. I promise there will be more dances in the future, but for today I didn't have it in me, guys, like really. But anyway, guys, I hope that you're having a fabulous day, and I'll be back soon with more.